Hello everybody, you have tuned in to Eric Jose on Making a Murderer on YouTube. I cover virtually any aspect of making a murderer. I go over the evidence, the documents, the photos. So if you like, stay tuned, and in the future I'll have many more videos besides the one you're about to see. Hello everybody, how are you today? You may notice I look a little different today, and I'm actually standing in front of you. That's actually so that you can see what's going on today with the kilt. For those of you who don't know, Mr. Capaldi, another YouTuber on a different channel, him and I have been having fun talking to each other, doing videos, talking about similar things, and he actually sent me this tie here, this tartan tie. So when he sent me the tie, I went ahead and bought this kilt and said I would do a video pertaining to something that he had given me an idea for. So, what it comes down to is back when Mr. Paul Capaldi first got started doing his YouTube videos about MAM. He had previously been doing some videos, but it was about music, because he's a music teacher and he's a music lover, and he had some videos that were about music. But then he decided to do some videos about making a murderer. I thought they were awesome. I think he's a real smart guy. And the thing that impressed me about one of his very first videos that he uploaded was he was telling his story about how his daughter had come over and suggested or asked him if he had seen the documentary and basically stuff like that. And he had let her know that he hadn't, and so eventually he did. And I just thought Paul's, he kind of was telling, like some of the, the things he went through as he got into it, and the things that he found odd, and I kind of always like to hear people tell that story about themselves and stuff, what it was like for them when they were first coming in to these, chats and these groups about making a murderer, and digging into the documents and finding out a lot more than what the documentary gave us. Some things that we didn't want to find even, maybe. But we found what we found. And we judged it as we saw fit. So, but I just loved hearing Paul tell that story about how he kind of got into making a murderer, what brought him to it, and stuff like that. And then he eventually did another video where he fleshed that out even more, where he kind of just elaborated more on his story about how he got into it and what bothered him, what really bothered him about it. So, once I saw him telling his story in his videos, and I really like Paul because he's a pretty witty guy, he's pretty funny. He's some of his videos really make me laugh really hard. I mean, I end up like chuckling sometimes for an hour or so after I watch it, just because I keep thinking about it, and it'll make me chuckle. He's a pretty funny guy, and that's why he was able to get me to dress up like this, because I respect Paul. And we had this idea, him and I, tossing it around, where we might ask everybody out there, the supporters of Stephen and Brendan, particularly Brendan right now, because Brendan's just received a particularly unfair and bogus decision from the on-bank review, to be perfectly honest. And if you want to know what I mean by that, see the video I did Saturday, that I go through it in detail, exactly all the facts that they're pointing out in it, and all the flaws in the facts that they're pointing out. So there's considerable amount of reason to be upset about the decision. And so I got to thinking, well, maybe this little idea I had doesn't need to just pertain to people telling their little story about what got them into MAM and what they found fascinating about the cases, but maybe it could be, because it's the holiday season, it's Christmas, it's Hanukkah, it's it's all those things, it's all the time for goodwill between men to reach out in peace and to spread goodwill instead of conflict and bickering. And I thought it'd be good if everybody considered taking 5 to 10 minutes out of their time and consider recording a little video, either saying how much they feel terrible that Brendan, is still in prison, that they feel it was unfair. But I would ask that everybody, whatever you say, to make it positive and uplifting. Like I said, it's the holiday season, and I think that this could be something that everybody could do, that everybody could kind of feed off of each other in a sense. So when one person uploads, then another person gets an idea to upload, and it could be just like this fun thing that carries us through the holiday season. And I would love nothing more, because really, for me, it would be the best present I could imagine getting, where a number of supporters, say at least 100, decide they want to go ahead and try to upload a video as I'm suggesting. That would be awesome, and if it happened, I would be totally ecstatic, about that, because it would create a situation where Brendan can be hearing about how supporters are putting aside differences and uniting because of the really unfair and tragic thing that happened to him with the On Bank review. And I think that through the holiday season, with him sitting in the prison there, knowing that the On Bank review didn't go his way, I think it would give him much pleasure to know that at least some good came of it, and that his supporters are helping each other through the bad time, through the holiday season, and helping to prop each other up and have a little fun with each other. And maybe do little videos, like I said, to outline some of the things that they just think are fishy about the case personally, to talk about the friends that they've made along the way, and how much that, knowing what happened to Brendan and Stephen has really changed their outlook on how fair we perceive the justice system to be. So I think that this could be a really, really positive, uplifting thing if it just caught on and enough people got into it and made it fun. It's real easy to create a YouTube channel, to where you could easily upload your video to it and then share the link on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you want. Or you can upload directly to your Facebook wall if you wanted. Or it's possible, if you guys wanted, I could create a group where you could upload the videos to, and it would be like the group for the MAM supporters who want to show their love during the holiday season. We can figure out what we need to do depending on whether or not everybody's interested in doing it. I know I've talked to Carla Chase already. Mr. Capaldi and I, we're trying to get her and Sandra to get together and do a video together for the holiday season. We're trying to get them to wear like some nice Christmas sweaters with Santa caps and say, happy holidays to everybody and stuff. We're working on it. We'll see. I've spoken to Carrie Mindel. Carrie Mindel, who I've said many times in my videos is an outstanding supporter of Brendan and Stephen. She is an outstanding researcher. She has a huge heart, and she has told me that she would totally be willing, not to be on camera, of course, which is fine. I understand if you don't want to be on camera, if that helps you get that little bit of courage that you just gotta need, just to be able to overcome that little bit of fear you have about uploading a video of yourself, whatever it takes, but to just get over that little thing. But she decided that she's going to do her video about talking about the points that Kratz makes that are not right, because she has a serious problem with Kratz and the way that he misrepresents things. And so she was telling me that she's going to be doing a video like that. And that's great. And I'll accept that too. I just want everybody to remember to do it with good taste, to be respectful of everything, and remember, above all, we really want Stephen and Brendan to know in behind bars that their supporters are actually banding together and making, you know, displays of love and holiday spirit, and that's the type of thing that I think would really warm Brendan's heart, especially considering the really rough time this must be for him right now, after hearing the results of his on-bank review. I would also say this. Tracy, my friend Tracy Coe, had the idea of, well, why does everybody have to upload a video? Why can't we just have everybody do a one-line thing and send it to one person and just have a one video done? Well, the reason why I don't really want to do that is because that doesn't create the noise and the overwhelming, you know, outpouring kind of where it's a pretty obvious outpouring that is hard to miss, and that will definitely be talked about, and that you know, people will be talking about in their letters to Brendan and Stephen, and that people that actually are lucky enough to be able to talk on the phone with Brendan and or Stephen, will be letting them know that this is all happening. And that's my hope. And I know it's a big hope because I know how intimidating this is. Trust me, I do. My first couple videos, number one, I mean, look at me. Doing this video, first time I've ever worn a kilt. Yeah, this is an intimidating situation for me right here. So, hey. And for those that are wondering, yes, I could pass the Scottish mirror test. I'm not going to prove it, but could. Anyways, but moving forward, I want hopefully for this to band people together more, and mainly right now through the holiday season, knowing that Brendan is probably feeling a bit down, I thought that this could be something that's uplifting. But the reason why I didn't want to do the just one video and all that is that getting more people to upload a video and talk about it, more than just me, more than just Paul, more than just whoever else, you know, that are just uploading videos that are just from the heart, that they care, that the situation bothers them for obvious reasons, and just sober thoughts that makes a buzz and it makes a noise, that people understand the supporters of Stephen and Brendan are reasonable people with reasonable concerns. And that is really my main goal. But I understand that most people aren't going to be able to overcome the fear of being on camera like this. So, what we're going to do is, in all the major Facebook groups, we're going to have a post created. And that post is going to say, basically, for those who just, you know, can't get the courage together to put together a video to upload, this is the post for where you can leave your comment and tell everybody the story that you want to tell them about the case. Whatever it is, the thing that you feel so passionate about when it comes to this case, I want to know. I would love to know. And I would love to hear everybody's kind words about Brendan and Stephen, and you know who else, people? I would love to hear everybody expressing kind words about Teresa Halbach as well, and what a very kind and wonderful person that she was. I would love to see a lot of that. I would love to see a great deal of that. Because, you know, Teresa Halbach was a very, you know, very beloved person. She seemed to have her, you know, stuff together. She had drive and ambition. She had a desire to make a positive difference in the world. These are all things that I can very much respect. So don't be afraid to include a few positive thoughts about Teresa. Don't be intimidated by it, because I would encourage it. I would definitely encourage it. So and this is the type of goodwill and friendship and camaraderie and type of thing that I would like to hopefully create to help us all carry us through the holiday season, while we kind of figure out how it goes from here, what the next step is, and what that timeline is going to look like. So that's kind of where we're at. But this was an idea that Paul and I had. I hope you guys might be receptive to it. In my opinion, it could be a lot of fun. For those of you who actually have a little bit of trouble with technology and aren't sure how to go about uploading a video or making a video, well, fortunately, most of us have phones in our hands. You know, those phones allow you to make a video of yourself. You don't have to have it videoing you. You could, number one, you could either have it where you have it switch back looking at you, and you can do a video of yourself talking and see what you're looking like while you're talking or whatever. Or you could have it the other way and point it at, say, a picture of your favorite puppy, doggy, whatever, cat, hamster, guinea pig, lizard, whatever. You know, your favorite pet, basically, or something like that. Or maybe your favorite vacation destination, something, whatever that you know you feel kind of is you. But that's not too personal, of course. And, you know, just have the camera pointed at while you talk. If you go into the camera, I know on an iPhone, and I imagine the other ones are very similar. If you go into an iPhone, if you go into the camera, you can swipe it. You know, first it says photo right above the take a picture button, right? It says photo. If you swipe that, it'll go to video, where you can hit the button and it will start recording a video. So that's how you can make a video. And then once it's there, you go on Facebook. You go to wherever you're going to post it as a post. If you're going to post it on Facebook, it has to be an actual post. Can't be a comment. And so then you can go there and select video or picture, or video or photo, and then you can go into your phone's basically photos, and the video will show up under the photos, and you would select that video, it would upload, and that's how you would do it. But you know, there's also, like I said, there's also the option of uploading it to YouTube. You just create yourself a YouTube channel real quick, and you can upload it to YouTube too. And then once it's at YouTube, it's an easily shareable link that you can just share in many places. So if any of this is, I understand that people are kind of technologically challenged and stuff like that. They don't kind of get this stuff quite as much as other people. So here's what I say. Go find the grandkids, go find the kids, go find the nieces and nephews, whoever they are, whatever kids are around you, go find them and ask them, how do I upload a video? I want to make a video and upload a video, and they're going to be able to tell you any number of ways, I'm sure, that you can upload a video, and they're going to be able to help you do it. So this is just my advice, what to do, because, you know, hey, the kids get this stuff. So if you're worried about that, just remember, you can always go grab a kid and get one of your, like I said, one of your grandkids, kids, nieces, nephews, whoever, to help you do it, and they're gonna get it. They're gonna be able to help you figure it out. So I just wanted to also give people that information, so just so you don't get overly intimidated and talk yourself out of it that way. Okay? So, and for those who are really feeling the weight of the decision yesterday or the day before, for those who are really feeling the weight of that decision, I really do feel for you. It's sad, but I hope that you won't be discouraged. I hope that everybody can dust themselves off. Maybe with the help of this idea I have, but maybe not. Whichever way it happens, I hope everybody can dust themselves off from this. And remember, we got to move forward here. We got to do it with class and respect. We really want Brendan to be taken seriously. And I truly feel that a huge part of Brendan and even Stephen being taken seriously is that their supporters act rationally and compassionately. And that's, like I said, another big part of why I wanted to do this. So, but I did definitely want to encourage those who have taken this blow hard that I understand. And I hope it helps that I'm here to help talk about it. I hope it helps. I hope that being able to talk in the comments under my videos with other people about this, I hope it helps. I do. It is sad. That decision is riddled with problems. And I kind of went through them pretty much almost one by one. They say in there that if the state court's fact finding or the state appeals court's fact finding is really, really just so badly in error, well, it's the whole entire fact finding is based on this confession that is, as we all obviously know, ridiculous, fact-fed, and coerced. And so how can we find the fact finding from the state court and the appeals court reasonable? So, it's unfortunate. It's not fair. It's just we just gotta remember to keep our dignity and move forward with class, and don't let the state of Wisconsin get in your head. I know that's hard because, in a way, as soon as we watched MAM and decided to start digging into the documents because we were so bothered by what we saw, and then we looked into the documents and saw even more. Just don't lose heart completely. I understand that it's disheartening, but just remember to come back, check in, see what's going on. Remember to lend your voice when the time comes, when big things are happening, and make sure everybody knows that Brendan has a lot of supporters that care about what happens. And like I said, consider taking part in the potential, celebration and goodwill that me and Mr. Capaldi are hoping to initiate. So, that's about it for now. Please let me know what you think in the comments, of course. If you haven't already, please hit subscribe, and we'll see ya.